actually stop it or not. Fortunately, it trod on its own rope and stopped itself. Fantastic. Loving it. Loving every minute of it, yeah.
Two wagons down this year compared with last year, and the age group's getting higher, which isn't helping. There's a couple out there, a couple of different group people with wagons, which we're working on trying to get them back in. They haven't done anything like this yet, and they haven't done a lot of work in wagons and that, so it's just a matter of, work away quietly and see if we can get them along.
Good to see your Frances back again.
It was very good. Yeah, a bit of touch and go there, but smile on her face, so she's happy. That's all good. Last year, we got Frances on a horse. There's lots of smiles. We got a heap of photos taken. So this year we're going to present one of the photos to her, which has been framed. We'll do that on the Friday night when we have our finale.
Nice to have her back.
Yeah, it's great to have her back. Yeah, it is. It's good.
This trophy was hand-carved by a chap that used to come on Cavalcade.
Roddy McMillan.
Yeah, Roddy. Now, he gave it to the Heavy Wagon Trail, and it was to be awarded to the person for outstanding effort. So Francie, on behalf of the Heavy Wagon Trail.
Thank you, everybody. I've enjoyed Cavalcade. It's my life.
Numbers today, I had a count of about 47.
Sit down a wee bit unusual.
Oh, only by a few. It's pretty average. If we get around the 50, we're pretty happy.
That's a good number.
Yeah, it actually keeps us all quite compact, and as you saw in the wool shed last night, it's just the right number to, thanks Bug, that's just the right number to, socialise with and get around, and yeah. We've got the Avenel here. It's a rather large station. It's I think it was even bigger years ago, and it's now divided into I think it's 2 or 3 cousins, and we're managing to cover most of their land. Today we went straight up the track there towards Onslow. We didn't quite get all the way. I think it's 19 k's from here right up to the very end. So we got up there, turned around and did a loop and come back. 2 more days, full day over towards Beaumont, going down towards Clutha River and coming back up. And our third day will be a little over a half day, again on the Avenel farm and going over more to the west. We'll move across the Clutha River there, mow a flat. It's nice rolling country and plenty of hills to work for the horses to work through and the riders and everything. So yeah, good variety and yeah.
What did you get for Valentine's Day?
Just you. Oh, just you. Well, most of us are farmers, and we're just raising money for the Middlemarch School, swimming pool, and also we're raising money for a new turf that's going in Middlemarch. John's been doing it for just on 10 to 12 years, and we're way over 200,000, so it's been pretty good really. The future, the boys are going fishing. This is our last year. We'll hand it on to someone else in the local group.
Well, we've come down from Wongaree and travelled to Taupo the first night and then on to Blenheim Sale Yards, and I've got a friend down in Amberley, so we camped at Amberley there and it took us about 4 days. So I've always wanted to come down and do the cavalcade, and and it's just something, probably for the last 15 years I've been planning on coming down here, so it's taken me a while to do it, but today's the day.
I'm back. This is my third cavalcade, but I've never ridden my own horse before. Just used to fly in and fly out. That seemed to be easier than coming such a long way.
If you want.
I decided because Donna was going and she's been pretty cool and she's helped me out a lot, and I thought it would be a great adventure. I've done endurance, so I thought this would be a really relaxing, fun time. It was good. There was places that was tough, but that was fine. I probably should have followed everyone else in the bog.
There's quite a few things that happen around February that we'd probably like to be doing too, you know. Now I'd like to go to Horse of the Year, and my husband tells me that he wants to go on a fishing trip next year. Alan Johnson, he's going to come on and run the trail. He's a very experienced trail boss from years gone by, so he's going to run the trail next year, and then the following year I'll come back in. That's the plan anyway.
Been all over the whole lot of it. It's just like Bowman Station, I mustered here before gardens, shore here for about 20 years for gardens, like for these boys' fathers and their grandfather here. When their grandfather bought it here, I think it was about way back in the 1950s or 60s, and right all the way out to Lake Onslow, everywhere. Like I've been over the whole, just about been in every gully, pig hunting. Well, this is my 24th, I've done the whole lot here. Come back to see the people more or less, tell a bit of, bullshit.
Well, you've definitely got to pre-ride at least twice. Once you're finding the track, and then come back just before the cavalcade and make sure you know where you're going. You allow for you might have made a few mistakes or whatever and get it right the second time. And they're big days when we're doing the pre-ride for our full 5 days full ride. We'd probably the pre-rides take up about a week in total. Yeah, so it is a big commitment. You're going away from work or taking leave or whatever, and
Still enjoy it?
yeah, I love it. Yeah, absolutely. But it'll be okay to take a year off next year and then return. That'll be all right.
We had a good group of 14, not as many as as the caterers would like, but it was a really fun trip and everybody really enjoyed it. Started at Ophir and then travelled via the Manuherikia Gorge through to Galloway Hall, and second night from Galloway via the rail trail, and called in on a calf, which was a bit of a treat. Had trouble getting them moving on. Then we went via Graveyard Gully into Little Valley, stayed overnight at Mount Campbell Station, and then trekked up over the eastern side of Speargrass or Rivers Dam, and peaked it on with a flag raising on Gordon Peak, and then dropped down into Baldwin Station. And then we were supposed to walk the next day to the Cavalcade, but we had a bit of a mutiny. We did the normal dress up and Cavalcade parade, which went down a treat.
I see a number of...
Slabs around here, but...
Not a...
It's Tiger Hill over there.
Wow.
And that's where John Turnbull Thompson named all the Central Otago ranges from that viewpoint. They designed that, but it wasn't designed right. Water doesn't go uphill. That race, we could see it come round and up that gully, which you'll see in a minute because we're going to walk down it. But it came from the gorge, and here with this one they tunnelled through the hill to the gorge. It was quite an unusual trail this time. We actually generally never see much of the horse trails, but we were playing leapfrog for 3 days nearly, so that was an added bonus. The weather put on a couple of really good displays. At Galloway it turned out to be a real unusual event because we had this massive thunder and lightning, and then all of a sudden there was this huge crack and a thump, and everybody felt it in the hall. And then one of our caterers decided they needed to go home and left, but promptly came roaring back and said, "Shit, there's a massive tree across the road, I can't get out." And she was right, it was huge. Being such a small group, it was actually, the camaraderie was great.
How many people can you fit in the ladies' waiting room?
Yeah, they were a fun group, and also our caterers, they work really well and engage really well, and much appreciate them. And probably a key aspect that the walkers really appreciate, and I think that helps bring in it, is a good trail route, and a sense of an adventure, and that brings out the camaraderie and sharing in the journey. For a number of us, it'll be our 10th year. Yeah, we've got to do it again. It's based in Omakau, so I've got sort of two options we're working on. One's sort of the Alexandra side of Omakau, and the other option is on the Hawktons. So it's just a matter of matching up distances and accommodation and a good journey.
We got 56, we had 3 cancellations, and we started at Waikaka and of course right through to Roxburgh. First day was absolutely great. We climbed really high. People were amazed. People from the North Island said, "We didn't think you'd take carts up this high." Weather was spectacular. Then we had a couple of days in at Crown Rock, and that was really good. Some nice swimming. And climbed out of there a lot quicker than what I actually thought we would. And went down into Whitecomb. So we've really had a good trip, except for yesterday when it started to rain, and into Lloyd Brentsel's, and we were there 15 years ago, and you wouldn't believe it did exactly the same thing. And today's been really good. Another good big climb up there. Not a big day, so we thought if we got over here about 2 o'clock for lunch would be good. Tomorrow we climb out of here. It's quite a nice big climb back into the back of the Beaumont pub. Hopefully I can get them away from it. And on to Roxburgh down the Millennium Track, and to Pennants for the last night into Roxburgh.
found my floss. Right, great, Alice.
We live in Martin, farm up the Paraparas and east of Taihape. It's a lot steeper where we are and a lot more broken, no flat, horses, four-wheelers, but it's totally different soil type. Because I had to bring a certain daughter of mine to Dunedin anyway, but so I thought if I had to come to Dunedin I might as well come and do the Cavalcade.
What do you think so far?
Awesome. Absolutely. Great country, great people, spectacular caterers, just absolutely brilliant.
Beautiful. Yeah, nice big river and yeah. They're all really friendly and had a lot of fun so far, yeah, good jokes and yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay, we all right? We've got 1 minute and we're off.
Well, it's not every day you have the cavalcade come to stay. We're going through sheep and beef. We've got a Romney stud, about 2,000 acres of sheep and beef.
I came because I have a lot of friends that do the cavalcade and they'd always talked about it. It's not really what I'd considered to be my cup of tea, but I've really enjoyed it. And it was on my bucket list kind of things that I should give a try. But yeah, it's been awesome. It's really good to get a week away from everything and spend time with your horse and meet some new people. And yeah, they're a great group of people. Really enjoyed it. I give everything a bit of a go. I've done endurance and also showing and eventing and show jumping. Yeah, I just do. I give anything a go once. Someone asked me actually on the first day how long had I been riding, so my answer to that was since before I was born, because I really didn't have any choice. The first photo I've got of myself on a horse was my pregnant mother sitting on an old horse that we used to have, so yeah, I just grew up with them, so I don't really know any different.